What is going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. Today we are going to be doing a full breakdown of the Necrochasm exotic auto rifle that came from the reprised CROTA'S and raid. People who completed day one got this bad boy immediately. After that, you have to complete the raid for the first time, and after you defeat Crota, you get a quest from him with a white engram as well for the Edon's alloy. As you progress the quest further through it, you can get the legendary version of it, which turns it purple, and all you have to do is keep completing the quest until the last step, which is to get 25 of those oversouls from completing tasks, which would be those challenges inside of the raid Crota's End. Or if you just complete the raid, it has chances to drop them as well. Once you get 25, you have to defeat Crota, and then you will just get Necrochasm to drop right then and there. Now, on top of that, to get the catalyst for this weapon also takes place inside of the Crota's End raid. This would happen after the bridge encounter, which is the second encounter of the raid. On the right hand side, there's a plate which somebody who has Necrochasm on their Guardian or equipped and out has to stand on that plate, which will activate the baby encounter, if you would call it that, which is using Crota swords to defeat gatekeepers. Now, on this part of the encounter, you will have to defeat those gatekeepers on the side of the bridge that the plate is on, then cross back to where you spawn in with the flag, defeat some of those gatekeepers over there, hop through one of those hive portals. It'll take you back to the end, the other side of the bridge there, kill a bunch of those gatekeepers that keep coming out of the doors. After you see Crota's enemies have been defeated, then you know that first part is done, which we will have the second one after Route. Once you clear your route, like I said, down in the bottom right tower here, there is another plate, which it is the same thing. Once you stand on it, clear out all of those gatekeepers in the area. There will be a bunch that spawn one in both the upper left and upper right tower, down in the center where the chalice is by spawn down there, as well as up in the middle on the platform, and where the crystal room is on each side. So there's a lot going on where you gotta travel and defeat all of these. After all of those are defeated, there'll be 4 that spawn out of that main center door. Once again, you complete it in the time limit that it has, and it'll give you that Crota's enemies have defeated. Everybody that has the Necrochasm will get the catalyst for it, which after that you have to get 35 oversouls. The 25 that you got for the weapon count towards that 35, so you don't have to get total of like 60. It's only 35, so it isn't too bad to get this catalyst, which it is pretty nice when you get it, because you have the precision kills greatly decrease reload time. So outlaw on this weapon feels super crisp on this, especially with the perks. So onto the perks that we have on this. We have arrowhead break with ricochet rounds. This thing feels super stable. You can shoot it at a good distance. There is a nice range fall off in the Crucible, like that long range, like scout rifles, maybe that pulse rifle range even, but this thing shreds in the mid-range inside of Crucible, and it is very good inside of PvE as well. We have a desperation reload after precision final blows or final blows with cursed thrall explosion. Increase your rate of fire and improve stability and aim assist. So this thing is pretty good for the weapon in Crucible for sure. You can absolutely melt some of those guardians, especially if you have Cursed Thrall procced, which is our Curse Breaker perk down here. Precision Final Blows grant that Cursed Thrall explosion. Final Blows with this Cursed Thrall refill the magazine. This allows for some nice chaining of defeats for ad clear inside of the PvE side of things, and even when they're they're playing 6s, something like that, that Cursed Thrall explosion will poison some of those other guardians, getting those defeats. And then last, that hand-laid stock, which helps turn this thing into that laser beam that it is. Now, for how I play with this thing inside of the PvE realm, there is a couple different things that this thing can chain together. Like I said, those Cursed Thrall explosions that you get from the exotic perk, when that procs, it refills the magazine. So having that with the Warlock, those explosions create ionic rifts as well. If you have that Spark of Discharge, that works on all of our arc characters, but I like to run it with my Warlock so I can have those Geomags collect ionic traces, get that super back even faster. Plus, you can even do it with the necrotic grips. I know you've seen it. Strand kind of pairs like Osteostriga does with that Cursed Thrall explosion. Can also chain the poison suspend of the necrotic grips with Strand, so that is a very viable option as well. Armamentarium or Actium War Rig, I should say, on the Titan, so that thing just automatically reloads when you're shooting it. That will feel pretty nice as well. Definitely running it on an arc subclass, no matter if you're running Hunter, Titan, or Warlock, feels the best for me, just because of that arc explosion and ionic traces. But that add potential for the clearing of this weapon with that Cursed Thrall, the desperation on it, and Outlaw of the Catalyst make you reload super fast, have the fast fire rate as well. So it feels pretty juicy inside of the PvE realm. There are some better exotics, if you will, for that slot, but I have been running it a lot, especially since it got a little buff lately, since it wasn't working how it was supposed to. So definitely grab this thing for the PvE realm, and for the PvP realm, this thing does shred pretty hard in my personal opinion. Like I said, pairs with a shotgun well or a sniper even, because once you get that desperation proc and it's shooting super fast, it's basically Desperado, but you get some extra attributes to it with that Cursed Thrall, and that thing can just melt. And it's so stable that you don't feel like you're even shooting it, really. It doesn't bounce too much, like I said, plays at that mid to mid long and short range very well. After you get past that like hand cannon range, you start to lose effectiveness of this auto rifle. Unlike some of the other auto rifles like they have, Rufus's Fury has a little bit more range than this for sure, but this thing does slap. Like I said, that Cursed Thrall feels super nice as well, so you can get those explosions to proc, get the automatic reload on those headshots, so you can just mow down Guardian after Guardian without having to reload. So definitely worth the grind of going through CROTA'S and getting that quest from him, getting those 35 of the Oversouls, and completing that little task inside of the raid for the Catalyst. So come on over to the Discord. I love to help people with it. Definitely been grinding it out with some friends, getting everything down. Got my master clears in, so I am fully ready to teach everybody, even a 5-man, with me the only one knowing how to do it. It is a pretty easy raid when you break it down, so join up on the Discord, follow the channel here, hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the content videos like this with weapon guides and reviews, as well as builds for our characters. Definitely got a lot coming up with the final shape, and coming up with the last season of Lightfall here in November. Lots of content, so definitely be on the lookout for that. I truly appreciate all y'all. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.